again, and we now come to the part where we apply the gel polish to the nail. Please make sure you've watched the previous video on natural nail preparation, as it's a very important part of the process and can pretty much make or break a good finish to your nail coating. As I mentioned in that section, it's usually the one thing we find our students have skipped when they email us for help with lifting of the product. So we're now ready to start to apply our gel polish to our pre-prepared nails. So our first coating is the base coat. Now you're going to apply this exactly the same as nail polish, just a nice, thin, even coating. It's really important that you get this on without touching the skin and that you seal this free edge. That's going to help stop any lifting of the product once it's cured. So it's really important that you don't put any of the coats on too thick, or they're likely to run down into the cuticles and cause problems, and it will also affect your curing time. So once you've got your base coat on all fingers, that goes into the lamp. And depending on what sort of lamp you're using, if it's a UV lamp, this particular polish needs 60 seconds for the base coat. If it's an LED lamp, it will only need 30 seconds, but you'll need to go with your manufacturer's recommendations on curing times. Okay, once your time is up, bring the hand out, and we're going to start with the application of the first coat. And again, keeping it nice and thin and even, and keeping it right away from the skin and the cuticles. And remembering to seal that free edge. Now, if you do happen to get a little bit on the skin, it's important that you remove it before you put it into the lamp to cure. Otherwise, when it breaks off the skin, you're going to have a little bit sticking up, and you'll be tempted to pull it, and it will pull the whole coating off the skin. So I've just got a little bit on the skin here. I'm just taking my orange wood stick and making sure it's removed before I put the hand in the lamp. So once you've done all 5 fingers again, with the first coat of colour back into the lamp, and again, depending on what sort of lamp you're using, this coat on this particular polish for the first coat will need 120 seconds or 2 minutes, and that's in a UV lamp, and in an LED lamp it will need 30 seconds. Once the time is up, we're ready for the second coat. So again, exactly the same process, just painting a nice, thin, even coat on the nails. Still being very careful not to touch the skin. And with this coat, you can pick up any little imperfections that you might have missed with the first coat, just making sure that it's nice and smooth around the cuticle and that it's covering all the nail right down the sides. Remembering to seal your free edge. And being very careful not to touch the skin. And that's now ready to go back into the lamp. Exactly the same curing times as the first coat of colour. If you're using a UV lamp, it will be 2 minutes or 120 seconds. If you're using an LED lamp, 30 seconds. But again, you'll need to refer to the manufacturer's directions on curing times for the particular polish that you're using. Once that coat is dry or cured, we're then ready for the top coat. So exactly the same process, just a nice, thin, even coat. Now this one is where you really need to remember to seal that free edge. Even if you've forgotten on some of the other coats, don't worry too much. This will help it all stay together. With the peeling back from the free edge, quite often it's because you might be using an inferior product that has a little bit of shrinking when it cures. So that's something else that you need to look at if your nails do start to peel, that you are using a professional product that doesn't have any shrinkage. Now I've just got a tiny bit of top coat on the side of the nail here on the skin that I'm just going to remove before I put it in the lamp. They're ready now to go back into the lamp. And for this final coat, it's exactly the same with UV for 120 seconds, but if you're using an LED lamp, normally the last coat will need 60 seconds instead of 30 seconds. Now our final coat has cured. Now some gel polishes will cure with a tacky finish. This one, once it's come out of the lamp from the top coat, is completely dry. There's no tacky surface to remove, so these nails are now cured. They're shiny, they're hard, and they're going to last your client for anywhere between 2 and 4 weeks, depending on what they do with their hands and how quickly their nails grow. The next video is on how to remove the gel nails, so I'll see you there. As usual, if you've got any questions, please ask them below and I'll get back to you.